Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. May 15th, okay? And we might have just had our first sweep week. Couple teams are in the gutter, couple teams are out of the gutter. Let's talk ball. Mike Soroka.
Ryan Delmit.
Good matchup.
Yeah.
9-pitch at bat. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by Fanatics Markets, where fans trade on sports. Fanatics Markets available now on the App Store. I'm Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe, Rob Scirocco producing, Dalton Feely assembling the sheet late night last night. Dalton, go to bed, pal. It's okay. We'll figure out what's going on in the Dodgers-Giants series. Choking and thrusting. Welcome to the show. And yeah, man, some teams might get called out today, Coach. I did not like where I saw the Detroit Tigers in the standings.
I knew you were going there. Going there.
Dude, I think they're a half game better than where the Mets are, and the Mets have been like a laughing stock of baseball up until this point. I'm going to call some people out today, and meanwhile, your Phillies are kind of big back. Coach, how are you?
Phillies are back. Mets are back.
Mets
Even though Mark Vientos just can't. What's going on at first base there, Mark Vientos? What was up with that? I'm doing great, Coach. Had a nice little trip this week up to God's country, Napa Valley, where the wine flows through the rivers. It doesn't.
No.
But it flows in my mouth. It was great. Had a good time. Excited to talk ball with you because you're right. We're starting to see some separation. We're starting to see some of the slow starts go away. Maybe some of the fast starts go away. You know, when we get into the bulk of games, I'm not saying we're there yet, but that's why 162 is the separator, because you got to be good for 6 freaking months. We're seeing that now, a little bit of the cream rising to the top. And let's just get into it, Bob.
Yeah, it's Friday, so it's NL, but I think there's one other team, if I'm going to be shouting out teams, the Chicago White Sox. We'll see where we get them this episode, AL second half, but the Chicago White Sox are above 500, playing fun baseball. Randall Grichuk driving the ball. The American League that's been looking for any teams above 500, the White Sox have joined the party. No one had that. No one had that before the season.
No, we said they'd be fun to watch, but we also said that about the Nationals last year. So
it was a backhanded fun to watch. It's like, watch the White Sox this year. That'll be.
Do that again?
Watch the White Sox this year. Let's do some National League baseball, Coach Trev. And we'll start out on the left coast. Your Dodgers against my Giants. And the Giants, they come out, they win the first 2 games. Rafi Devers, formerly batters who are struggling, could be in Fuego. He's figured it out. That's helped. Same with Willy Adames. Same with Eric Duhasme. 2-homer night off of Yamamoto. Unfortunately, it's all Dodgers from there. They split 4. Shohei, 7 shut. My God, look at his stats right now. And then, hey, I don't know. Should we bet Will Smith leadoff? First time ever, he homers. They end up splitting 4. Cubs, Braves. Hello, goodbye. Atlanta wins the series and the first 2 games. Drake Baldwin, Dom Smith will not stop. 4 for 4 in the first game. Yaz shows up in the first couple. His granddaddy, famous in baseball. And then Chris Sale looked magnificent, but not as good as Big Bad Ben Brown. 4 innings of beautiful, scoreless baseball, and the Cubs salvage on getaway. Ian Happ visits the Chop House. Absolutely. San Diego, Fernando. The Brewers, they win the first game behind the Sprout Goat and some Joey Ortiz first home run since 2025. Sprout's first MLB win. How do you like that? The Padres, they outlast Mizorowski. 7 innings, striking out 10. Quad cramp. They get to the pen. Mason Miller closes it out, but unfortunately, Kyle Harrison is turning into a lefty. Mizorowski. Something smelt off with that early, and the Brewers scored 6 runs in the first couple innings against Griffin Canning to win that series. Detroit, a lot of people watching the Pistons because the Mets swept the Tigers. 10-2, our guy Jack gets knocked around in that first game. A.J. Ewing up for the Mets. The baby Mets, some are saying. Game 2, the Mets taking overtime. We call it extra innings in this sport. Soto fouls it off his foot, but he's back. Carson Bench, baby Mets. And then Nolan McLean gets touched up early. 3-run homer in the first by Trev's Gage Workman. But the Mets put up a big numbers out of the park mark part 2. And the Mets sweep. Are they back? People are asking. The Rangers take 2 out of 3 from the Snakes. A 1-0. Mike Soroka to Paul Sewald. Absolutely. D-backs win that first game. But then it's Rangers the rest of the way. And the offense showed up. Jock Peterson. Remember? I do. And then Jake Berger, 3-run homer. Looks like he mishits it and it gets out. Tejas, they get the series. The Nationals take 2 out of 3 from the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds keep struggling, and part of it's because of this Nationals offense, baby. 10 in the first game, 8 in the second. Dalen Lyle got involved with his 4 RBI day, and James Wood all over the place. Reds, they take it out in that final game. You might hear about some J.J. Bleday later. 2 home runs. He's been one of the best hitters in baseball. And Chase Burns, ERA lowered to 1.87, folks. The final series, Pirates take 2 out of 3 from the Rockies. And that's obvious. We got a little good team, bad team. It's been a minute, Pirates. Paul Skeens, 8 innings shutout. 10 Ks, no walks. He's peaking. So is Mickey Moniak. Trev tried to tell you. His homer, double, and triple on his 28th birthday lead the Rockies to a win, but then the Pirates get it done on that final game. Ryan O'Hearn, O'Heasy, O'Homer? That's what happened in the National League. Today's episode is sponsored by Best Western Hotels and Resorts. Summer baseball means road trips, driving out to catch a series in a city you'd never been, flying somewhere just to see your team play. And when you're making those trips, where you stay can either add to the experience or just get in the way. Best Western gets it. Over 4,000 hotels worldwide. They've built a network that puts you close to the action. Locations near the stadium, easy parking, breakfast ready before a day game. A reliable home base in between action so all the energy goes towards the game itself and not logistics. The win's never guaranteed, but a great stay is. This summer, Best Western is giving guests 1,000 bonus points, plus a chance to win 250,000 bonus points. Book more of what matters. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at bestwestern.com. No additional purchases necessary for sweep. See bonus points, terms and conditions, and sweep rules for details.
Great job, Pop. I have the standings here. I'm on Baseball Reference page. Emilio Pagan in a Durham Bulls hat. I don't know if I needed to see that this morning. I don't know. Kind of caught me by surprise. We'll start out east where the Atlanta Braves, first team to 30, Jake. 9-game lead in that division. They're 30-14. The Phillies, playing good ball. Still 2 games under 5. They're 21-23, tied with the Nationals with that record. The Miami Marlins just 1 game behind them at 20-24, and then the Mets 18-25. Jolly Olive told me they were going to win the NL East this season.
Easy.
Jolly.
Easy.
In the Central, your Cubs 28-16. Ian Happ's Cubs. 28-16. 2.5 game lead. This division's nuts. 24-17 for the Milwaukee Brewers. 25-18 for the St. Louis Cardinals. 24-20 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, yeah, the Reds are struggling. They're 2 games over 500. You wish, AL. You wish.
Oh.
Out west, it's the Dodgers up in that division again. 26-18, half game above the San Diego Padres at 25-18. And those are the only teams above 500. 20-22 for the Arizona Diamondbacks. 18-26 for the San Francisco Giants. And 17-27 for the Colorado Rockies. Those are the standings in the National League.
Thank you, Trev. Yes, I keep looking for the Diamondbacks and the Giants to be different, and it feels like their records are the exact same every time. And I guess that was just
it's so true. It's so true. Like we're like, God, they had a good roster. Like the players. There's some real some real ball players out there. And then it's just a middling 1 game over 500 or 2 games under 500.
Well, and that'll be the only thing. The Phillies technically listed American League as they visited the Red Sox. When I saw the Phillies, I think they've won all 5 series under Mattingly. It's 12-4, and to see they're still 2 games under 500, I don't know. Like it's just you're playing a dangerous game.
It's a bad start by them, Coach.
I know the other shoe can drop. Like Philly needs to keep going. Like you got to get clear of 500, because otherwise. Anyways, National League Baseball, Dodgers, Giants, Coach Trev. We had a lot of players that I think should be highlighted. I mentioned Devers and Adames getting it going on the way through. What the Giants outfield is doing is kind of what this show has been fueled on. And then the rest of
what are they doing, Coach?
There was F&F-ing. That's how Dalton listed it in the sheet. Dalton said the Giants outfield is celebrating by F&F-ing. And then from the rest of the series there, Shohei, 7 shutout, man. The ERA, does it start with a 0? I believe it does.
Yeah, of course it does.
That's a big talking point. I guess where do you want to go?
Well, Jung-Hoo Lee wants no part of that, by the way. He's just like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing over here in the States, huh?
Putting me out here with Gilbert and Ramos. Stop.
Although he did do the push the heads together thing.
Yeah, like, no, he's not out of this. He's definitely playing it cool. But, yeah, I mean, you can't. That's guilt.
This one right here. He's like, get me out of here, Coach.
That's
not allowed to do that anymore.
Vitello throwing some thrust from the.
Yeah, I guarantee that here's my take. It's gone for now a little bit. It'll be back. Big game, big moment. They're going to be doing that again. There's no doubt. I do want to say Dodgers, great job coming back, splitting this series. Pitching really did that. Ohtani, Emmett Sheehan. But their offense, man, I think we've talked about it a little bit here, but just to shine a little bit more light on kind of like the struggles that they've been going through. And you don't really think about that with the Dodgers. Hey, first place, great. Jake, on April 20th, big day for some people in this country. They were 16-6. It's pretty good. 10 games over 5 through 22 games. Yeah, you like that. Since that day, they are 10-12. You want to know why? Because they've scored 5 runs or more only 6 times in those 22 games. Like they are just not scoring runs. And yeah, you can have great pitching, but you got to hit that 5-run mark if you want to win games. They just haven't been able to do it. So lucky for them, they were able to salvage the last 2. Little split series here between the Giants and the Dodgers.
Yeah, and it's just a reminder, like the Dodgers last year, that'll be, baseball's kind of next dynasty. Houston has a seat at the table. The first back-to-back champions. They had a 10-14 July last year, being last year's team that, I mentioned Will Smith going to lead off and hitting a home run because obviously it's Will Smith. But yeah, they've had some offensive woes, and Shohei is feeling that and representing that a little bit. It's all part of this long season, but the other part of the long season is Shohei's 0.82 ERA. It's the second lowest by a Dodgers pitcher through his first 7 starts. Only Fernando, not that one, Valenzuela, 0.29 after 7 starts and 81. I tell you what, Trev, give me the time machine. A little Valenzuela night at Dodger Stadium in 81.
Was rocking.
Oh my God. Sign me up for that. Yeah, Giants, again, there's part of us that wants you to join the party in a big way, but you're so far away from the party. But Devers and Adames hitting, Chappies, I got to go a little bit. Jung-Hoo Lee inside the park homer was a good time. They end up.
That's a tough swing right there from Adames, and he gets doubled off. A lot of people are mad at him because he's joking around with Mookie Betts. Ends up forgetting how many outs there were. They double him off at second base there. That really, look, it happens, but it's just a bad look when you're joking with, like, it's the Giants, Dodgers, man. And you're joking around with Mookie, and I get it, you're boys, and we're doing all this. I love me some Willie Adames, but it's just a really bad look, man, because you're trying to get back in this game. You're in scoring position, and then it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Lost track of the outs, and yeah, that's a tough one. And you, I don't know. the other side of that, I know there's a little bit of us that's like, oh, modern ball players, and they're all friends. They used to hate each other. I don't know. If you did a family feud of, like, the most liked MLB players, like top 5 might have Betts and Adames. I don't know. I guess that was just fake information I kept going with. Trev, you talked about what the Dodgers are doing. The best team basically throughout, hands down, and it's funny where our knowledge of the number system affects things. When I saw the Braves were 30-14, it's turned officially into a special start. It's not undefeated Rays from a couple years ago, but what the Braves are doing is special. They continue it against the Cubbies. And man, I mean, the Sean Murphy stuff, that was brutal. He comes off the IL just to go right back on it, which it feels like it's been his story. But you see a lot of different guys in the lineup doing it every day. Yastrzemski and Brown, like, what?
Yeah, I mean, that's the secret sauce here. I mean, everything's just going right for the Braves. You know, they're getting the starting pitching. The bullpen's been great. And yes, up and down that lineup, they're getting contributions. Every time Dom Smith comes up, I feel like something special is going to happen. I was watching the end of that game last night. He's in there facing Palencia. There's a runner on base. I'm like, is Dom Smith going to tie this game up? He didn't.
Nice
but, like,
swing.
you get that feeling, which, you know, like, you know, when you watch good teams. And I mean, look, hey, guys, I used to play the game a little bit. I was a ball player.
Thank God.
There are times where you just know, like, this team, it's going to happen. And whether that's your team or the other team, you just know. And right now the Braves have that feeling of, I guess, inevitability. Or at least, like, they're in the game and they're going to have a chance to win it. Or at least they're going to put themselves in a spot to rally. And that's just what they do. You know, they're in games. They get that tying run to the plate somehow. But yeah, by and large, they've been like the most complete, the best team in baseball so far this year.
Yeah, other end of the spectrum, you know, I'm not a first-round pick bonus baby like you. I'm more of a Mauricio.
You should have tried harder in high school. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm more of a Mauricio Dubon, who his quote after the game, after hitting the homer, you know, with the Astros, I would have got pinch hit there. I end up hitting the 2-run homer. The confidence it gives you. I was a 26th-round draft pick. I was the 773rd pick. Yeah, I like that. I like that, Mauricio Dubon. And, I mean, emotions-wise, which there's something here. I'm not doing, hey, old person passes away, we got to go win the ship for them. Braves before game 1, Bobby Cox and Ted Turner, which were the Braves for, like, how many years?
I mean, you know, I hate talking about this, but it's like a very obvious Braves win. They get back home, paying tribute to a couple of their legends of that organization. Like, people, like, get on the train here. It's real.
And the Cubbies side, they've Happer had a little 0 for 14 before his big night. Breggy's numbers.
Yeah, he's on the struggle bus a little bit.
Breggy's numbers. Cubs lost season high 4 in a row. Before ending that before the final game. So let's see what's next for them. Padres, Brewers, couple talented teams. I mean, holy smokes. Giants. I'm glad you got
holy what?
Smokes. Sheets.
Should have been a sweep. It should have been a sweep.
Talk about it then.
I mean, look, love me the Padres. I don't understand how they're winning baseball games. I just don't. Yeah. Go up and down their baseball reference page, watch them on a nightly basis. You're understanding, like, you know, they have some deficiencies on that team, but they're winning games. They're doing, I believe this was their first road series loss of the year. So, like, they're getting it done. Okay. However you got to do it, you got to do it. That's right. Mizorowski, I think that's a big discussion here about how good he's been. He's dialing it in. And when he is able to locate better, like he has the stuff of, like, he could be one of the best pitchers in baseball. We're seeing that. You know, when his location is off, you know, that's when he gets hurt and puts some runners on, whatever it may be. But he hasn't been doing that this year. Unfortunately, yeah, he's had some cramps. I guess he's had it before. Was this one quad or hamstrings? He's had both of them this year, which is crazy because a lot of people say, "Oh, I got a cramp," and then it ends up being a pull. He's just cramping up, which I don't know what that means, man. You gotta drink some celery
Hamstring
juice.
cramp. I'm seeing quad here.
Yeah,
What's
he's
the
done
difference?
both.
He left May with a hamstring cramp. He left this start with a quad
That's
cramp.
right. Yes.
Trev, I hear you mention location, or you're not even mentioning location. You're just mentioning strike thrown, basically, because first pitch and last pitch were 103. Like,
The stuff is there.
it's freaky, man. And his confidence, it feels like it's getting to another level. Watching him pitch against the Yankees before this, he had a little extra juice. That's what he saw. You saw some 104s in that game. It feels like, I don't know. I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know if it's experience, but it feels like he's hit another level. That there was some sick stat. Let me see if I can find it. I want to say pitchers with ERAs under 2.2 with 30% or more strikeout rates. It's Mizorowski Skeens. The third, Kyle Harrison.
Oh gosh.
Kyle Harrison.
Gosh. He's a problem. And don't let Joey Ortiz get hot, Jake. Don't you dare let him get hot. And like I said, I mean, you got Abner Uribe out there trying to close out the game. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gavin Sheets gets a hanging slider, puts one on the seats, or else we would be talking about a Brewers sweep of the Padres. And I think, you know what we would say? Like, that's kind of obvious. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah,
Maybe I wouldn't say that. That's gone too far, Trev. Back it up a little bit.
No, a couple things can be true here. The Brewers are playing a better brand of baseball. It's their 5th consecutive series win/split. Like they feel like they're ticking up from the start of the year. And the Padres, I think what you're saying, they do have a good mix of, I don't know how it's getting done, but also a belief we can get it done. Like, when they survived Mizorowski, they still thought they were going to win that game. They were like, give us a chance. Give Gavin Sheets one swing, and they did.
It's be tied or close entering the 6th inning for the Padres. They have the bullpen that's going to shut your team down, and that's how you can survive, kind of with what their offense is doing, essentially.
Let's go to some Mets baseball, which
Woo!
It's the first time that this has had kind of a different tenor all season. It's their first sweep of 2026. They've won 7 of 11, if you want that. And again, I've had a lot of Jimmys and the Joes talk this year. Carson Bench is a different Carson Bench than we saw to start the year. A.J. Ewing gets called up and has a bit of a historic debut. That the Mets, again, if you go pure standings, you still can't get juiced up. But I'll tell you what, the Subway Series this weekend with the Yankees heading the opposite direction, when you're looking for some traction and something to dig your cleats into for the rest of this long season, if the Mets do something this weekend, they're gonna be joining the party again.
I feel like this shot of youth is kind of what this Mets team needed. Like AJ McEwen coming up, maybe that sparks Carson Bench a little bit, and like those 2 guys end up being like the baby Bash Bros or like the baby Fast Bros, whatever you want it to be. Ewing showed some really nice at bats, coming up, and you don't typically see guys, 7-pitch walk in his first plate appearance. He shows just real good plate discipline right away. I think when you look back at like the way the roster was constructed at the beginning of the year, it was like a lot of veterans kind of playing out of place, and just the spark wasn't there. And maybe this is exactly what they needed. Bob, I want you to pull up in that first game the Carson Bench throw that gets past third base there, and they end up taking Colt Keith out at home. What an interesting play this was. And I don't understand the ruling here. It was the 5th inning. It was 2 outs. Colt Keith, he singled. He went first to third, or tried to go first to third on a single by Riley Green to Carson Bench. First of all, Carson Bench has an absolute hose. Watch this freaking throw right here. Got to make this play. Just woof.
Okay.
Freddie Peralta's there, ends up throwing him out by a mile. But if you go back and look, Colt Keith runs directly into the umpire, who's right in his way. How is that allowed to happen?
I don't know.
I think they show a replay right here. I think they go back after this.
Back after this.
How do you not? I think this is Rob Drake, if I believe, but get out of the way.
Tough. Yeah, I don't know if the umpires have changed their wheel routes. I've seen too many umpires running in the baseline. I'm with you on this.
What a weird play that is. I mean, look, you're trying to rally, and then all of a sudden, I mean, I don't know if it was a great base running play by him because Peralta was there to back up the base. He thinks he would have been safe if that didn't happen. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, he might have still been.
But what are we doing here?
Yeah, I can't be there. And if you're
That's
an umpire,
just a hilarious flaw.
it's funny you say that. I guess if anyone actually knows, I saw a couple highlights where guys were rounding third and dodging the umpire. Get that off Rob Drake. Big Drake Day, Trev. Is Drake actually back? 3 albums? Haven't listened, but our whole social team is out of their minds right now.
I'm more on the Stella Lefty bandwagon. She released some songs today as well.
Don't know who that is.
Okay, well, you're uncultured.
I kind of am, dude. Yet, I like what you're saying about the young guys. Like, hey, come up, and they don't care about their methods. They're playing Major League Baseball. Who cares? And we get the advantageous side of seeing them play well over the weekend. I think the bullpen settled down over the last 14 days a little bit on the back end. Going to be a big weekend. We're doing some stuff with WFAN, so maybe we'll catch you guys over there. All right, Trev, grinding out the rest of the NL. Rangers take 2 out of 3 from the Snakes. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't as dialed into this series as I like. I'm sorry to both fan bases. Both fan bases has had my heart as the 2023 World Series.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Right? Ildemaro Vargas, I still see him on the top of every leaderboard. I guess what did you see from this, Coach Trev?
I'm good since we got to go quickly here. These last 3 series, Diamondbacks, Rangers, Nationals, Reds, Nationals snaps, right? They are kind of holding court here, and then also Rockies, Pirates. I'm actually okay with all these, Coach.
Wow, yeah, we're getting to that part of the season a little bit. These teams haven't been too much of the party. I am talking a little Reds later that, yeah, if I had to give anything, it's what I said on the way through. Like the Pirates, congratulations, you've played yourself. You guys are a good team that if you beat the Rockies 2 out of 3, I can't shower you with love.
Have you heard of quickly, know who Seth Hernandez is?
Yes. Pitcher?
Who has been like watching these drafts and not drafting the guys the Pirates have? I know Skeens was a 1-1, but like this guy might be better than all of them.
Easy. I mean,
have you seen him pitch?
Easy.
Okay.
I mean, he was Corona High School, California, obviously, for Seth Hernandez. And, I mean, he was the 6th pick in the draft. So
I'm just saying, have you seen this guy? I'm picking him before anybody else.
I would still go Mizorowski. Well, Kate Anderson was pretty good. Ethan Holiday. Here we go. Now, here's the
He just looks like a Pirates starting pitcher, dude. He's freaking filthy.
Seth Hernandez highlights in this moment. My going away words. That we say it every time, and it's become boring. The Nationals offense, man, they're studs. They keep racking up big days at the office. That, like you're saying, we're getting excited about the Phillies because of their preseason expectation. These two teams have the same exact record. The Nationals are 2nd in runs scored. Holy shit!
Yes, they can hit. They hit my plans.
Speaking of national rental car, how do you like that, people? We actually have a big update for you guys. We're sending Joe's McFly, the artist known as Joe's McFly, down to Atlanta to give the Silver Daisy chain to Ronald Acuna Jr.
Oh, my God.
Buckle up, people. Cannot wait to see that content. National has become one of our better. We've done a lot of stuff with National Rental Car. They're in on baseball. And this is a true fun fact from my previous life. Big Emerald guy, National Rental Car, because you can just grab the keys. You don't have to talk to anyone. You're out the building. Anyways, So tune into our socials, Joe's McFly socials, to see if he can complete the mission of giving Ronald Acuna Jr. the Silver Daisy. Thank you to National Rental Car. Win it, travel, rent today, nationalcar.com. Nice website. Let's do some American League Baseball. We're heading out to the AL Best. The Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros. And the Mariners, they take 3 out of 4. Could it have been 4 out of 4? Astros win an extra innings game on Wednesday. Otherwise, the Mariners playing some winning baseball. Julio not having the slow start. He's putting up some impressive numbers. And Luke Raleigh kicked into gear this series. Also some 2-out, 2-strike hitting. The bigger news, Cal Raleigh goes to the IL. So let's talk about that while Houston continues to be a little sad. Speaking of a little sad, the Kansas City Royals, who check out where they are in the standings because they got swept by those Chicago White Sox. Couple 6-5ers to get it started. And man, the Royals fought in both these games, but it wasn't enough. They couldn't get over the king of the hill, Derek Hill, who keeps Bobby in check in that first game. White Sox get a big lead in the second one. And then I mentioned Randall Grichuk, Chase Mydroth, Trev's guy. These White Sox, they sweep the Royals. Royals lose 4 straight. And again, the standings are important. The Rays take 2 out of 3 from the Jays. A couple extra innings affairs to finish this one. Shane McClanahan, still, he looks nasty, dude. He is going to be a problem this season. So is Jonathan Aranda, who continues to rake for Tampa. The Blue Jays, they win that final game behind Dylan Cease. They get it done in the 10th. And this is important because the Rays have been out of their dome. Some of the winning numbers are crazy. We'll get to that. 16-2 at one point. 16-2. We'll get there. We mentioned the Phillies a lot already. They took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. And man, it was a Schwarbomb fest. This guy, including the big one to break open the final game to win the set, as Ranger Suarez is pitching against his former mates, him and Luzardo, a little how's your lefty. They take 2 out of 3. Zach Wheeler, different names for the Phillies. That matters. Alec Boehm, after being benched. The Orioles took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. Yankees blow game 1, or Kobe puts a little mayo on it. 3-run homer to flip the scoreboard from 2-0 to 3-2. Yankees win that middle game, but Kyle being bratish in the last one. Very nice curveball. And the Yankees, not only are they losing, Max Fried, waiting for the update on that. Left with the pitching arm. Scary stuff. Baltimore wins the series. The Guardians sweep the Halos. And okay, maybe that doesn't surprise you. Maybe Joey Cantillo tossing 6 scoreless. Slade Ciccone dominant early. Angel Martinez with a nice solo homer, and Parker Messick shoving. Here's why this doesn't surprise me. The Angels get absolutely dominated when they visit Cleveland. 30-4 since 2015. 30-4. Yikes. Cardinals take 2 out of 3 from the A's. They win the bread games, including a little dramatic comeback. 2 runs in the 9th to take the series. Ivan Herrera and Jordan Walker, those are the guys kind of leading the way down there. Shea Bangaliers continues, and is Zach Geloff back? Trev's guy. He's had a couple big nights at the ballpark. In the final series in the American League, get ready to hear about it. The Twins take 2 out of 3 from the Marlins. The Nightmare, Bailey Ober with a Maddox, okay? And Zebby Matthews making his season debut. How about a 7-inning shut-piece performance? That'll help you win 2 games. In the middle, Minnesota's Max Meyer, the return of the king. He pitches a nice game, and Miami gets enough offense, including the X-Men, Xavier Edwards, 3 hits. That is what happened in the American League.
I don't know about return of the king for Max Meyer.
Is Minnesota the pride of Minnesota? His initials are MM.
I get that. I mean, look, I come back in July. People,
Get ready.
I'm not a king there. I'm like, just what am I? If I was a Game of Thrones character from Minnesota, what would I be? I'm Braun. I'm a sellsword.
Kind of. I don't want
And
to
I've
give you
worked my
Braun.
way up to like be. That's exactly who I am.
I don't want to give you
my way
Braun.
up where I'm like serving the king.
Yeah, you kind of are. Braun's just my favorite character, so I don't want to give you that. I'll find a better character. Why don't you give the people the standings?
I do have the standings. Sorry, I was looking up. Julio Rodriguez is actually not too far off from where he was last year. Some of the slug is different, although 7 homers this point last year. Weird stuff. I don't know. Julio, you're an enigma, bro. He's like a 7 WAR player every year.
Easy.
Sheesh. In the American League, we'll start out east. The Tampa Bay Rays. Of course, they're in first place, 28-14. Kids are playing ball there. Shane McClanahan. It's a vibe in St. Petersburg. The Yankees, second place, 2 games back, 27-17. Those are the only 2 teams above 500. That's going to be a theme here in the American League. Baltimore, 20-24. Toronto, 19-24. And Boston, 18-25. The Central's got 2 teams above 500 as well. Cleveland Guardians, 24-21. They lead the division over the White Sox, who are 1 game over 500, 22-21. My Twins in third place at 20-24. Detroit, 19-25. And Kansas City at 19-25. Remember when you were texting me and Vinny P about how low I had the Royals and you guys were so mad at me?
I mean, if you want to start cashing that check, knock yourself out.
Maybe I was right.
There's a lot of ball left. There's a lot of ball left.
There is a lot of ball left. Love you, Bobby Wood Jr. Nice play out there in the 9th inning of, I don't know what game that was. The A's. Speaking of the A's, my team, 22-21, leading the AL West, 1 game above the Seattle Mariners. So there's 5 teams with a record of 500 or better in the American League. Seattle 22-23, Texas 21-22, Houston 17-28, and the Angels rounding out. Is that the worst record in baseball? It is 16-28 for them.
Worst record in baseball from the Halos, huh?
What?
That's confirmed. I mean, you're my standings guy. Damn. Every year, man. Thank you, Trevor.
It is every single year. It's every year.
God bless Swilly.
God bless you.
Trev, in the American League, some of these series might get usurped by bigger picture stuff with the Seattle Mariners, who, again, they're trying to get over 500. And by the way, like you said, a game out of first place. So this Mariners start that has felt clunky. Cal Raleigh, is it 0 for 38? 39? And then he goes on the IL, which, Trev, I'll be honest, I was shocked when we first talked about this and you were like, he's hurt. And I was like, you wouldn't say that if you didn't really believe that. And he clearly was. He's grabbing his side. He missed games early on. He goes on the IL after the 0 for 38. That's a big talking point. But again, there's a very big glass half full conversation with Seattle between a lot of stuff not going right and where they're still positioned in this season.
Yeah, look, they're the bullpen's been going a little bit here. Kirby had a really nice start. He's got a 2.84 right now. J-Rod's doing his thing. We got some performances by your guy Dominic Canzone in this series. I'm not worried about the Mariners in like the slightest at all. I think they are gonna win this division. They have all the pieces there. It's about just putting together the 162. And I think the start of that was my whole point on Cal Raleigh was like, dude, like we're still so early on in the season. You got to have this guy healthy. If you're going up to the bat at 50, 60% and you're worried about like injuring yourself even more, like you're just, it's not going to help the team, number one, which it wasn't. And you need to be there when, or not when it matters, because they all matter, but like you need to just get healthy so you can help your team throughout the rest of the year. And he's played a ton of baseball lately in a very demanding position. Just take this time right now. And you know what? Then go on a rehab assignment. To me, there's no rush to get Cal Raleigh back. Like give him a month. Give him the 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks before even ramping up, and then kind of get yourself back into baseball shape. In that division, I think you can you have the afforded luxury to do that. So that's what I would do if I was the Mariners. But again, I have no there's no doubt in my mind the Mariners are going to be atop this division when it's all said and done.
Yeah, you know me. I can't shake Texas throughout a long season. That I if that offense ever clicked for 2 months, they could be a 93-win team. But I don't need to do that now. And hey, I talk about this the worst list to be on in this show, the IL and batters who are struggling, or is it players who are struggling? We don't talk about a lot of pitchers there because we'd sure talk about Tatsuya and man. This was one of the. Hey, maybe I got to call myself out as I'm over here collecting Murakami checks of like, hey, guys, everyone who comes from overseas and they're good, looks like they're pretty good. There was some question marks, as there was with Murakami, so, like, I can't just do that dance. Man, he looks like he's in mental hell. He threw a sinker all game. He'd never thrown a sinker, which, again, hey, there's still enough arm talent there that we should be able to tap into something, and it shouldn't be this bad, but this is bad, Coach.
Yeah, first start since April 10th for him. 6 runs, 4 innings pitch. You mentioned he came back throwing a sinker, and that didn't necessarily work either. Yeah, look, I still think there's a pretty good track record for the guys coming over from Japan, but it has not been pretty for him to start the year in the least right here. That's a freaking bomb right there. Who hit that?
Young Cole Young, man. There's power in that bat, bro. Him and Luke Raley. Dude, Luke Raley.
Sheesh. Cole Young he's got pop. They keep saying it, and he does.
Mariners, if you care, and we'll see if this is necessary later in the season, 7-1 versus the Astros this year. This means they clinch the season series. So when tiebreaker season does come, I don't know if the Astros will be invited to that party, but something of note. Trev, did you have something?
Oh, I'll just say Bryce Miller,
back
season debut looks good. Just another weapon for the freaking Mariners. Like they're going to be good, people.
I believe that. The White Sox are an actual talking point of the 2026 Major League season. Not because Murakami's cool, respect Colson Montgomery. They're winning baseball games. I mentioned Jared Kelenic. He has a big double in game 2. And the other thing that, again, I noted this last time, the bullpen situation is different. Sir Anthony Dominguez and Brian Hudson, some guys that have pitched big innings in this league, because otherwise they probably lose game 1 and potentially game 2 in previous seasons because they wouldn't have been able to end the game.
There's a lot. I'm talking about a couple more of these guys later on, but that is exactly what I said. Going into the season, like you want to be able to win these games when you have the lead. They're doing that right now. We're getting kind of contributions up and down. You mentioned Randall Grichuk. That's just awesome. In this series, I thought the one thing that really jumped out to me was Matt Strahm comes in for the Royals, and Will Venable throws up 3 straight right-handed. Well, Eder Caro is a switch hitter, but 3 straight right-handed bats going up against Matt Strahm there, and finally, they get the big hit. They get the big home run. Actually, Grichuk had a really nice swing there, but Bobby Witt ends up freaking making a great play on him. But then here you go, you get the Derek Hill solo homer to give him the lead, and I think that is, I don't know, like Venable fired all of his bullets, and finally one came and hit its target right there. I thought that was that was game 1 right there. I don't know, like you gotta when you have to manage is vigilantly the right way if you're the White Sox.
Maybe depends what you're saying.
Go after all the wins you can, and that's kind of what we've seen from them.
Vigilantly, I don't know if that's right.
Diligently
is another word, 100%, and that's more thought out.
We don't have to look this up right now.
Maybe that is right. I'm thinking of vigilante. I'm thinking of Batman.
You know what I'm saying, Coach. I think aggressive managing is something that you have to do when you're a team like the White Sox.
Why not?
Whether that's with your bullpen, whether that's with your pinch hitters. 3 straight pinch hitters in a row. Matt Strahm's like, what the hell is going on here? I knew I might get 1. I got 3, and he ends up getting popped there.
Bob, if you could put up the Derek Hill catch against Bobby Witt, it's in the sheet there. I don't know if that helps, but yeah, in that first game, you're talking a pinch hit homer by Derek Hill, and then this diving catch against Bobby Witt that, we saw Jung-Hoo Lee's inside the park homer. We saw last episode, we had a Bobby Witt inside the park homer that if he doesn't catch this ball in the 9th inning to start the inning, it's probably a tie game.
That's after they go ahead. It's opposite of what usually happens. You make a nice play. Look who's leading off the next inning. No, this is the other way. Got the lead, saved the lead. Love that for Derek Hill right there.
The White Sox ruining Seth Lugo's 1,000 career K outing. What else? What other fun facts do I have? Longest win streak in MLB right now is the White Sox. And yeah, the White Sox, remember, as we were measuring these AL Central teams and we used to get kind of mad, the White Sox were the punching bag. The White Sox were 4-22 against the Royals the past 2 years. So, like, if you start taking those away from the Royals, who are they in baseball? And if the White Sox are joining the party, something to watch in the beautiful American League Central, Coach Trev. Today's episode is sponsored by Shady Rays. Shady Rays are built for real sports fans. No more squinting through the sun to track a fly ball when you already have sunglasses on. Shady Rays polarized lens help you track a fly ball. Read the scoreboard. See that on blue, the last out call at home plate. Their lightweight frames won't slip, whether you're at the ballpark, golf course, or watching the game outside on the patio. And the best part, arguably, Shady Rays lost and broken protection. If you lose or break them, even right after you get them, Shady Rays replaces them. No drama, no replacement guilt, just a new pair headed your way. And the reason why I said that's debatable, one of the best deals, Shady Rays, an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com. Use code TALKIN50. 50% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shade's rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. What's been happening out east has been Rays. And again, sometimes we feel bad because we get kind of H'd up about the Ryan Valades and Johnny DeLucas, Midnight Johnny. Trev, these numbers are out of hand. What the Rays are doing against the American League, 20-4 after this series against the American League. They're on an absolute heater. Like, I know sometimes we joke around about testosterone. I think it matters here. Like, these Rays seem like they want to F for F, and they're effing, dude. That the Blue Jays, they snapped the 6-game win streak at the end, but, and that's behind Dalton Varsho going Oppo Taco Grand Slam, which was actually sick and in very impressive power from my short king. But, dude, this is... Griffin Jax gets stretched out, and, like, who can he potentially be? Is he the next Rasmussen? These guys are a problem.
The Rays could have won in Toronto and swept the series, like just right in their face. I mean, that's the kind of ball they're playing right now. Varsho, again, thank goodness for the Jays right there saving that series. But yeah, I mean, again, similar to who were you talking about that's just going, like the Braves, like kind of everything's going right for the Rays too. Like they're getting the timely hitting, they're getting their, kind of their big 3 guys are contributing, driving runs in. And then, yeah, it's just been the pitching, man. And like you said, now Griffin Jax is stretched out to 5 innings and he's just an absolute weapon. If you've ever seen him pitch out of the bullpen, you know what I'm talking about. To get him back to being a starter and just adding to that, I mean, yes, that it becomes, you can say, hey, they could be a run prevention team with like the pitching that they have. And that would seem very Raysy, right? But their offense just has so many ways to get you. If you're talking about, I mean, we talk about Chandler Simpson all the time on this dang show, but they can run the bases. They're aggressive there. They have pop when they need it. They just kind of run it differently. Tommy Mottola's their hitting coach. He went on some show talking about how they want Junior Caminero to stop hitting the ball so hard.
No.
In batting practice, if he hits the ball over 100 miles an hour, they tell him to get out of the cage. And people hate that. But what he's talking about there is your practice reps need to be precise and like perfect. You're going to get the extra juice during the game. It's just what happens. So I'm in on it. Like Here's an example of that.
If you hit it hard though, isn't that precise?
It is, but there are times where it's batting practice, bro.
Sure.
You can get loose with your mechanics and still hit the shit out of the ball. Here's my one thing that I want everyone to know, because I am a youth coach. I got a tournament this weekend, and I preach this to my kids. You have to go to spring training for this, but watch a big league baseball team take infield, outfield. They don't really do it too much anymore, but it's so slow. Everyone's moving so slow, as opposed to watch a college team take infield, outfield, and there's like 17 balls all go on at the same time. Like, that's just not what you do in the big leagues. You're going to get juiced up in the game. You need to practice slow and precise. That's off the subject. Ray's good, and Toronto pretty good right now.
Yeah, Toronto again. I mentioned Detroit a lot, who they need to be yelled at for a second for what they're doing. And the Red Sox have drawn a lot of ire. The Mets, the Blue Jays are a game up on the Red Sox, and their quotes keep getting like Barger saying we're looking for, or not Barger, Varsho saying we're looking for the spark, and sometimes one swing is all it can take to change a season. Yeah, and again, it's middle of May that things can change quickly, but also at some point, it has to change. Who do they got coming up? Oh, well, Toronto and Detroit this weekend. Get ready. Someone's going to stop the bleeding, and someone's going to be very scared come Monday morning.
No offense to the Tigers, because I root for the Twins. I know what you guys have done. They're the get right team right now. Sorry.
Speaking of getting right, the Philadelphia Phillies, since they've changed managers, they have not won a series. Don Mattingly's Phillies, they take 2 out of 3 from Boston. And yeah, you mentioned whether it's batting practice or fielding balls. Trey Turner had a funny quote that he was like, I took 600 swings before the first game, got no hits, took 0 swings before the next game and got 3 hits. Was it 3 or 4? Butchered the quote, but that's baseball a little bit. Trev, I'll tell you what I like, and then I'll kick to you. Obviously that the Phillies are winning, that they keep that going. Zach Wheeler with an efficient outing, 7.1, 87 pitches. That matters. Zach Wheeler has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. If he's that version of Zach Wheeler, that changes the Phillies. Schwarber is on God mode, and it's crazy. 18 homers. The dude is silly. How he made Fenway look small. And then, Trev, I like this a lot. Game 2, Andrew Painter, the kid, struggling a little bit. 5 innings, 1 run, no walks, 4 Ks. Gets pulled with 62 pitches because Don's just trying to build him up. Like, third time through the lineup was coming through. Why even mess with that? Like, we've got a long season ahead of us. I like that. I think that matters. I think teams ignore that too much sometimes.
Yeah, because as a starting pitcher, you have your day, and then you got 4 or 5 days, whatever it is, between starts where whatever happened at that start marinates, and eventually, yeah, you move on to preparing for your next start. But you have to sit with your result. Guys talk about that all the time. They're like, "This is why it's so hard to be a starter. You just got to sit there." I'm like, "All right, bro. I don't know. Do well then. I don't know."
Right.
But yes, now Painter gets to sit for 4 days and be like, all right, man, that was pretty cool. Like, I got the confidence, and yes, that matters, of course. And I like Don Mattingly, clearly a very good baseball player. I think he understands the psyche of being in the big leagues and understanding what confidence means. So I'm in on that. The Phillies have been pitching the ball so much better since Mattingly came over, and that's just kind of the secret. Like, okay, throw the ball better. Wheeler's been great. Now, nice start for Painter and Luzardo. I love that matchup at the end. Luzardo versus Ranger Suarez, kind of like Spider-Man meme a little bit there. And he's been on like the good start, really couple bad starts, good start, couple bad starts. This was a nice one for him, and the Phillies win a series where not a ton of runs were scored at all.
Yeah, no, it's crazy looking at these box scores that if before the season you pointed to this in May, you'd be like, I don't know, the sticks are probably getting hot, and these two offenses at Fenway, No, that was not the case. And even in that final game, Bobby, I don't know if you could get Schwarber's kind of game-winning homer, but man, that dude has a king of cool energy to him without trying to be. Like, he's very clearly Kyle Schwarber, but the way he hits a baseball, and it's, Samaniegos?
Oh,
That's to win the game. That's the 8th inning, bro. That's off a lefty reliever. That's
3-1
over the
slider.
bullpen. Yeah, I think it was an 88 cut piece, and he just, like, something about the batting stance is so fun but simple, but not. Guys can't replicate it because there's kind of a lot of moving parts. I don't know.
Oh, he's just strong, dude. Strong,
helps.
knows how to manipulate the body, put all the power into the barrel there. When he finds it, it ain't coming back, man. Him and Byron Buxton right now. Look out. Look out.
Phillies, kind of hot. Got to keep going. I'll give a little bit on my Yankees. Snaps to the Orioles and Kyle Bradish, who looked really good. This Orioles team that has been looking for pitching again. Kyle Bradish had a nasty curveball on that final outing. Adley with a couple big swings too. Yeah, I mean, this could have very easily been 2-3 Yanks. One bad pitch by Brent Hedrick is the difference in that first game. But yeah, the Yankees are skidding a little bit right now. I think they've lost 5 out of 6. Tough road trip as they kick off the Subway Series. So get ready for that drama. And yeah, the Orioles, it's still Trevor Rogers gets knocked around. It still feels a little disconnected. But they beat the Yanks, who before this road trip, they were one of the best teams in baseball. Boom. You want to talk?
Look, here's the thing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give a lot of my twin series. We skipped over some series in the NL. It's only fair.
I'm happy for Kobe Mayo. Baseball's been, I think, a little dark for him on defense and on offense. He gets the big homer there. Big prospect. He's one of the guys Baltimore kept, so I'm interested to see the next steps with him. He's a big boy. If he gets the barrel on it. Guards, halos, Trev. I said my fun fact on the way through. 30-4 against this team for a decade plus. And dude, that was just kind of jarring for me because the team that we always compliment for casually being too good. Imagine if Cleveland had the Angels payroll, we'd probably be talking World Series stuff. That's the frustrating part. That's the frustrating part.
Chris Rose still won't be happy with this series, even though the Guardians swept the dang thing. Kind of more of the same for them. Parker Messick continuing to do it. I mean, holding – how many runs did the Angels score in this series? Because they're kind of down bad. They scored 6 total runs in the 3 games. You mentioned the record. That's just crazy. What is going on in Cleveland? I'm trying to think of the clubhouse. There's some video games. Too many video games? I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I do have some more Guardian stuff coming later, but this is total guard ball series, Chris.
We can't say it. We can't say that. Petey
Cantillo.
He looks good. That could be – it'll be very interesting because the Guardians will make the playoffs and we'll say, okay, here we go. It'll be very interesting to see with Gavin Williams. Is it Bybee? Is it Cantillo? Is it Parker Messick who's got this knockoff kind of Scooble thing going on? And Cade Smith and Sabrowski in the back end.
Talking bullpen later.
Sorry. Jesus, Coach Trev. Then the final series, if you're not going to tell us about your Twins, which you are later, sorry, everyone, it would be Cardinals A's. Fun, nice jerseys, classic. The Mark McGwire series, are people calling it that?
Christmas series, yeah.
Oh. Love a lot of the dudes on the field. We get a Weatherholt homer in that first game. You get a Langoliers homer. Kurtz with the big grand slam. Henry Bolt making his major league debut to see if that's something to the Athletics offense. But my Cardinals, man, Jordan Walker, he hits a home run in the first game, a pitch away off the plate, and then he hits the game-winning double on a pitch up and in. And for me, that was just a big, okay, Jordan Walker, don't be beat.
Little excuse me in the last one. I do want to go to that game 3. They split the first 2. Game 3, Shea Bangoliers gives the A's the lead there. And then 2 outs. You get a runner on first base. You get J.J. Weatherhold up there. He leads all of baseball in hit by pitches. So he gets hit by a pitch. All of a sudden, you got first and second there. Ivan Herrera comes up 0 for 4 on the day, but hey, you got to stick it out. Last game of the series, you're trying to win it. He ends up pulling a ground ball through the 6th hole. Now, you're going to watch it right here. Zach Geloff at third base. It's his 8th appearance ever at third base in the big leagues. It's all been this year, but he's been moving around a lot. Go back to that, Bobo. The thing I always tell third basemen, especially if you haven't played a long time, it's about back angles. Like 2 outs, runner in scoring position. This is what you do in my youth team. Hey guys, we're keeping the ball in. We're diving for the ball. Which he did. I didn't love the angle on it because if you just knock that ball down, it's still bases loaded, 2 outs.
And was
You're
he a
still
little shallow?
Winning the game. Excuse me?
Bob, go back to the start. Is he playing a little shallow? I mean, you got
I thought the same thing. Not really. That's pretty good.
Ivan Herrera up. It's not like he's going to bunt and I don't know.
He could have been back more, but then sometimes you have too much dirt in front of you and it's weird. I don't know. Like I didn't mind where he was playing right there. I didn't love the angle there. And then you mentioned Jordan Walker. He gets one up and in, just kind of fillets it, if you will, down the right field line. But Cardinals, man, I mean, if I had to go most surprising teams, the Rays got to be in there. Rays, White Sox, Cardinals, Pirates. I don't think the Pirates up.
Pirates aren't surprising. We knew they have a certain level of talent. It's where do they land it? I mean, Cardinals.
Yeah, maybe Cardinals, White Sox are the 2 biggest surprises.
Yes, if the Cardinals or the White Sox were 2 of the worst teams in baseball, we'd be like, yeah, we kind of thought it had a chance to go that way, and it's very much not that story. Cardinals defense grades out well. The offense has top 10th in runs. I don't know. They've got Kansas City coming up. That's always a fun one. Kansas City and St. Louis. Trev, I know you're talking some Twins in a minute. Do you want to save it? Do you want to go? What do you got?
Byron Buxton, great. Zebby Matthews came up. We're trying any pitchers we can. A lot of guys on the injury list. He has a great start. And then there's been some reshuffling of that outfield. Matt Wallner down to AAA.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a youth movement in Minnesota in short. We got a couple hitters in AAA that are like legit top prospects. We're going to see those guys sooner than later, in my opinion.
Okay. Coach, let's go on to standout performances.
It's time for Standout Performances. Standout Performances.
Standout Performances.
This guy stood out for Trev.
Say what?
More Twins, Coach?
Oh, you thought I was done with the Twins?
Yeah.
You haven't watched this show before then. Bailey Ober throws the Twins' first Maddox since 2017. That's a complete game under 100 pitches, right? Is that a Maddox or is it 90? It's got to be
90,
under 100. 90?
Yes.
God, why don't I know what that means? I
That's
should
tough.
know what that means. 89 pitches, 64 strikes. The Marlins never had a runner in scoring position the entire game.
It's fewer than
Doing
100.
all this.
I'm sorry. It's
Huh?
It's fewer than 100. I'm sorry.
Okay, I knew that.
Yeah, I got greedy.
Gosh, you just made. I'm okay. Whatever.
I'm sorry. I know I
I'm
made
not
you feel
starting it
bad.
over.
No, I feel like the past few I've seen have been under 90, but
Well, this one was 89, as I mentioned. Thanks for ruining my momentum because I was building it all up to say all of this. Well, his fastball averaged 88.8 miles per hour. I always say this. I'm not sure why he can't throw harder. I know, like when he debuted, he could hit 95, and it's just gone the other way for my old the nightmare Bailey Ober. But it's good to see him. He's actually having some success here early on, and the Twins pitching, the starting pitching, has been good for the most part. A lot of people on the IL right now that were helping. Taj Bradley, Paulo Lopez, Joe Ryan had a scare. Thank goodness he's okay. But Zebby coming up has been big. I'm curious. Simeon Woods Richardson, I don't know how long he is for that rotation. He has not had a good start to the year. But this one was all Bailey Ober. First career complete game shutout. It's a Maddox. And I don't know, man. He's a good dude. So shout out Bailey.
Bailey's slinging it at 88, huh?
He's got the extension, obviously, so it plays up. But yeah,
Okay.
I don't understand why he can't throw harder. I'm not going to ask him that.
Right. I mean, that's pretty.
What if I did? I was like, Bailey, why don't you just throw
Throw harder,
harder?
dog. Good. Sorry for ruining the momentum. I'm sorry, Coach. I'm not going to ruin this guy's momentum. JJ Bleday. He finishes the National Series to salvage the set with a 2-homer, 6 RBI game, 3 hits. And man, I just, baseball story-wise, which I get caught up. Maybe he's listed on Fuego. I haven't gotten to that part of the sheet. I let Trev cook there. Over the past 2 weeks, your MLB leaderboard in homers, it's Buxton, Schwarber, and then it's JJ Bleday, tied with a couple other guys. But he's doing it on every front. He has more walks than strikeouts. He's third. Let me see. He's first in OPS over the last 15 days. JJ Bleday, Bangaliers, Belly, Buxton, Aranda, whoever you want to send at him. It's JJ Bleday. And, dude, I was just having flashbacks like, Zach Geloff, who I'll give a little assist to here, like you mentioned. He's playing a lot of positions. And, it's almost 3 years ago that Geloff arrived, and we're like, oh, this dude looks like the future. Baseball is a brutal sport. It comes for everyone. That JJ Bleday, and I'll paint the whole picture because I'm a young fucking Chris Rose. Sorry for everyone listening. 2019 first round. Adley, sure. Bobby Witt Jr., absolutely. Andrew Vaughn. Well, Brewers Andrew Vaughn, now a problem. JJ Bleday, 4th pick in the draft, man, followed by Riley Green and CJ Abrams. That's a guy you're looking at like, all right, like we're putting a lot of the future of the org on you. He gets traded for AJ Puck. Remember that one. And then JJ Bleday gets an opportunity after playing pretty poorly for the Marlins. He plays kind of poorly for Oakland at the time. And then he has a really nice 2024 season, a 762 OPS, 20 homers. He's playing mostly center field. He looks like the future athletic center fielder. Last year, he just has a bad year. 98 games, negative WAR, that the Athletics non-tender him. Baseball comes at you quickly. He ends up joining Cincinnati. He's only played in 16 games so far, but he's got a 1.2 OPS, more walks than strikeouts. The power stroke is there, playing mostly in the corners. That I'm happy for him that he's getting an opportunity. We've been looking for Cincinnati players to use that ballpark that is a known hitter's ballpark, but it's been a lot of pitching the past couple years. That, hey, maybe this could be Bleday's breath of fresh air come the baseball world, because he's now, he's batting 4th or 5th most nights for the Cincinnati Reds, and he's been one of the best players in baseball.
His averages ground ball rate through his career, 34.6%. This year, 20.9%. Fly ball percentage career, 32.7%. This year, 46.5%. That's how you do it. That's how you change, and you start to hit for a little bit of power. You got to hit the ball. And it's like pull air is like a big thing that everyone's talking about now. But, yeah, getting the ball off the ground is probably a good thing in the big leagues.
And it's just, man, like I'm JJ Bleday from Pennsylvania. Okay. High school in Florida, Vandy guy. Okay, shout out.
What's going on with that? You're moving around. I like it.
Moving around. For the freak shows that play this game, like the game comes easy to it doesn't come easy to them, but Soto's, Judges, those guys, it's really hard for them to not be good because they're so much better. It does come
easy to them. Are you kidding me?
I know. I'm
sick of these guys. How easy the game
they put in work, but also
that doesn't change it. Judge shows up to the field. He knows he's gonna hit freaking over 300 with probably 35 to 50 bombs.
He didn't at first. I don't know. Bleday had the talent to be as high of a draft pick as he was. But the sport, for a lot of people, you're going to have down times or down moments, whether it's look how bad Cal Raleigh was because he was trying to play through an oblique. that who knows what, I don't fully know what Bleday had going on. It could have just been bad. It could have just been, I mean, this 16 games could be the outlier. That's what his baseball card would currently tell you. But he's 28 years old, and I think he's pretty talented that maybe it's all going to come together in Cincinnati this year. With that.
How'd you not talk about Leo Jimenez, man?
I was going to say, Leo Jimenez, Mickey Moniak, A.J. Ewing, Midnight Johnny DeLuca. Randy had a little 4-for-4 pitchers, whatever. I'm hoping we're going to see some of these guys on En Fuego.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
It's time for En Fuego, powered by Amazon. Just like how Amazon is there to save the day when you're in a pinch, we're talking about the guys who have been doing everything they can to save their teams this past week.
I'm so excited for this first one. Dalen Lyle, outfitter for the Washington Nationals. I know we skipped over your series. I understand it. Here you go. Here's your talk. From the he's a Kentucky native, which is really close to Cincinnati. I learned that I don't even know, only a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Yes.
Real close. In the series, 5 for 13, 3 homers, 7 runs driven in. The reason it's really important, he was near his house. 7 to 80 friends and family in attendance. And on Tuesday, first career multi-homer game in front of them. That's how you do it right there. And then the following day, a go-ahead 2-run homer in the top of the 10th. Okay, Nationals. Okay, Dalen Lyle. That's a nice series for you. Your guy. I mean, this is, if you were to come up with like a name on a video game for you, it would be Jake Berger. 5 for 10. He had gone just 9 for his last 69 before this last series. But he ends up going 5 for 10, 6 runs driven in. That's increasing his team lead to 27 on the year. We mentioned the youngster, A.J. Ewing. He's reached base in 7 of his first 13 career plate appearances, 3 for 9 on the hits, but he also has 4 walks to boot. Little shot in the arm for the Mets. Ryan O'Hearn, Pittsburgh outfielder, 5 for 12, a double, 2 homers, 3 runs driven in. First back-to-back homer game since April 16th and April 17th of 2025. And he's credited the hitting department. Or hitting coaches, however you want to put it, for his recent uptick in production, saying the group noticed his setup was off, so they got him back. Sometimes that happens. You veer away, you feel good, you feel bad, depending on how your body's moving. Good of them to pick it up. You want it to happen sooner than later. Good job on the hitting department. Okay. Got to get used to that one. Matt McClain. What did he do? 4 for 12. That's all right. 2 doubles and a homer. That's decent. I don't know why you're on the sheet, Matt McClain, for being honest.
Rooting for you, Matt.
Rooting for you, dog. You little stocky second baseman. For the week, how about a big boy? I know that's how you like him. Big Amish. Nick Kurtz. 9 for 22, 3 doubles, a triple, 2. Is he just like, does he have a permanent residency on this list? Probably. Bobby Witt Jr., you could say the same dang thing about him. 8 for 22, 2 doubles, 3 homers in that series. Teoscar Hernandez. 9 for 20, 3 doubles with just 1 RBI. But he's on this list because he's batting .417 against starting pitchers this month. Okay. How about Braden Shoemake? Houston shortstop, 9 for 21, a double, a homer, 4 runs driven in. He extended his career-long 9-game hitting streak. He's got .6 BWAR in just 14 games with the Astros. That's 5th best amongst active Astros position players this season. And again, it's only through 14 games, Jake. How about that one? That's more of a Astros bad stat right there. That's who's in Fuego.
Well done. Shout out Braden Shoemake, who deserved to be talked about earlier this episode. Jake Kurtz, Nick, man, his season stats, the OPS is into the 9s. I think I did a little OPS check before we started recording. I think there's 6 guys who are 1-dotting, and I think after that there's 10 more guys in the 9s. So it's really hard to be
6 guys in the 1 dots has got to be
okay. Here
Judge.
We go.
You got it up?
I'll get it up, but yes, Aaron Judge is one of them.
It's Judge. It's Jordan.
Yep.
Does JJ Bleday get the
He does
He's
not.
not
He is
qualified
not
yet.
Qualified yet.
Not qualified yet. Gosh, who else is going off right now with the one daughter? It ain't Shohei. I know that for sure.
One guy is like a good orange.
Oh wow, Matt Olson doing it.
Matt Olson 1 on the dot.
Does Kyle Schwarber one dotting it right now?
Schwarbs is not. He's in the 9. He's the first one in the 9s. You got another.
Byron Buxton?
He's in the 8s. That's how.
Is he
hard
really?
It is.
Yeah, he just hit a lot of homers.
Doesn't walk.
Give me him.
Another Yankee.
Ben Rice.
Ben Rice. Your favorite player on the Rockies.
Mickey Moniak. He's been one dotting it for the last
That's
year.
all he knows.
Yeah.
And then the guy coming for the best hitting catcher in baseball crown.
Oh, Drake Baldwin?
The other one.
Shea Langeliers?
Bangaliers is one
Really?
dotting, dude. He's playing out of his skull.
Didn't have that for him.
Okay. That was a fun little game. And thanks to our partners at Amazon. Shop Amazon. Save on essentials. Save the everyday. Let's bring everyone down, huh?
Hey man, you've been struggling lately. It's time to pick it up.
These batters are struggling. I tell you this information so they can hopefully struggle less. Tyler Soderstrom, OBP of just 184 against lefties this season. He's in a 1 for 22 right now. Jarren Duran, what is going on? He's in a 2 for 22, 34% quality at bat rate. That's the lowest in the AL. Woof. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is in a 1 for 20. Doesn't like leading off an inning. That's an interesting one. Hitting 147 when leading off an inning since last year. That's the worst in baseball. Ozzie Albies, a little fishy, 2 for 24. For 2 weeks.
No, don't do this to me. Don't do it to me.
It is Edouard Julien.
Le Bon Frappeur.
3 for 31. He's letting Mickey Moniak's taking all the hits up there, man. Jeremiah Jackson, the other shoe, is dropping a little bit.
Oh, don't say that.
He's in a 4 for 30. He's going to come back.
You said the pumpkin thing?
I didn't say the pumpkin thing. You said the pumpkin thing.
It's what Cinderella, same story.
Is that where the other shoe is going to drop is from?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I just assumed that was a Cinderella story.
I don't know. Rob's looking at it right now. Well, I'll tell
no.
you, Yankees catcher Austin Wells is in a 4 for 30. Rough. And this is where everyone can feel a little better, Coach Trev. I was talking about these guys who are special baseball players. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he's in a 5 for 43 right now. So the game, in a way, will come for you at a certain point. So let's get everyone off this list, and we'll see it.
He just needed Drake's albums to drop.
Oh, the Vladdy Toronto's from the Drake album drop? Okay, so they're back.
Mark it.
Mark that.
May 15th, what the record's going to be. Are they even good? 3 albums is a lot, Drake. What are you doing? There's
3 albums is a lot. You'd think like, hey, crowdsource it and let's get all the best songs on one and like have a backup album maybe?
No, because he knows everyone's going to download every album. That's just
Yeah, it's true. The other shoe to drop. Did we hear anything on that, Rob? Let's see.
It's looking like it's an old joke from the sailing days.
20th
so it's
century.
not Cinderella.
No, not Cinderella.
Is that the ball to drop? Is that not like turning midnight, turned into a pumpkin?
I mean, ball dropping is at midnight. I don't think it necessarily gets considered with Cinderella.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, boy. Watch out, people, because it's time for the IL. You thought things were already getting ugly. Bam Bam Barger. God darn tootin'. Right elbow inflammation. He throws so hard. Hoping for a minimal stint. Eli White, concussion. Hate that. Joey Bart, left foot infection. Yikes. Couple weeks. Andy Rodriguez up and hitting, though. Jose Caballero, right middle index finger. He says he's taking the minimum. Anthony Volpe back playing some Yankee baseball. Sean Murphy, dude, it's been a crazy ride for him. He just comes back. He fractures his left middle finger. 8 weeks. Jacob Wilson, left shoulder subluxation. Not sure. It should be over a month, question mark. Francisco Alvarez, torn meniscus. Hate that. That's going to be a while. Dylan Beavers, right oblique. Send the text, Trev. Rhett Lauder, right shoulder and AC joint. Uh-oh. Nervous. Drew Palm, left elbow. Robbie Snelling just made his debut. UCL. Jimmy Herget, right shoulder. Couple weeks. And Cal Raleigh, as we noted, was kind of the big one. We'll get you updates on that. Returning from the IL. Okay, getting that weekend feeling. Harrison Bader out there throwing hips. Mookie Betts. That could help the Dodgers offense. He's back. Ha-Sung Kim for Atlanta. Tatsuya Amai. Okay. Trevor Rogers. Okay. Christian Yelich for the Brew Crew. We love that. They've been looking for a little pop. Pete Fairbanks at the end of that Miami bullpen. Ryan Johnson for the Halos. And Bryce Miller for the Seattle Mariners. Let's start everyone's weekend.
Awards.
You got it, I take it?
You take it. I'm setting mine up right now.
Okay. I'm going to give the... is it the Approach Award?
Do you need me to take it?
No, I have my guy. I told you who I want to talk about because there's a couple stats that jumped off the sheet. As we've talked Kurt's comma Nick in the second half of this episode. It's kind of crazy. He's got a 428 on base. He's back. He's 23 years old. Easy power for him. He has an argument for best first baseman in baseball, kind of. I was wondering, with all those walks, I was like, Nick Kurtz, you're not leading in walks? You know who is leading all of baseball in walks?
All of baseball in walks?
All of baseball in walks. I know it's a weird one. Kurtz is second. Mike Trout, James Wood.
I feel like I do know this. I'm scrambling right now to filter out some names. Go for it.
It's a guy who's putting up a statistically weird season right now, Trev. It's Taylor Ward from your Baltimore Orioles.
I didn't have that one.
42 walks, 35 strikeouts. And I was like, okay, I was seeing some stats pop up. And I was like, what's going on here? Because we liked the Taylor Ward signing for the Orioles. We're like, dude, this is great. 36 homers last year. Him and Alonso, the pop they've added. Taylor Ward has 1 home run on the season. 42 walks. He is leading the American League in doubles. So I was wondering, is this a ballpark thing? Because we've got the new Camden Yards. Is he getting robbed or what's going on? Trev, some of the stats are just bizarre. He is taking the most pitches in the zone by a lot. He's taking the most pitches. He's being hyper selective, and his launch angle when he swings is different. That again, how much of it is the smaller sample size early on in the season? How much of it was he was joining the Orioles and he was thinking maybe it's going to be harder to hit home runs? I don't know. But the approach has been so clearly different from Taylor Ward that it was just jarring to see that a guy in his free agent year, which that feels kind of risky, right? A dude who hit 36 homers last year, I'd be telling myself, hey, how am I going to hit 40 this year? He has clearly taken an on-base approach. A guy with a career 333 on base is getting on base at a 426 clip this year. The baseball savant likes a lot of his numbers because he's become the most patient hitter in baseball this year. That, yeah, I just want to watch more of it to see, what is this? Is this a new Taylor Ward or is this a blip? Because it's some like walk numbers that we don't see guys do.
It's very interesting. So last year, as you mentioned, 36 homers. We kind of know him. Like he's a guy that he's 25 to 30 guy, well into those 30s at a certain point, but bat speed has never been his thing. And that's like kind of the calling card for power hitters. 15th percentile last year when he hit 36. This year, it's even a little bit lower. He's in the 4th percentile. So he's lost almost 2 miles an hour off his bat speed. So that to me is like more two-strike contact oriented swings. And it has changed what he's doing on base. I wonder if sometimes you'll go into those situations and you're like, all right, I got to like, my body's not feeling good. I'm going to really hunker down here and just put together good at bats and try to put my barrel on it no matter what. I'll forget some of my quote unquote A swing stuff. And then once you get back and you're seeing the ball, you can kind of turn it back on and say, I'm going to take some more chances here. Maybe we start to see that. That'd be my guess.
I want to watch it because, Trev, this is the other one I left out. Over the last 15 days, Taylor Ward, 5 for 36, which is a 139 batting average, but he's leading in walks over that time frame, over Judge, over Happ. He's got a 392 on base. So, like, I don't know what to do, whether it's glass half full, like this guy can survive slumps now because his on base is so good, or is Taylor Ward trying to walk way too much and pitchers are going to figure something out? But one of the more bizarre early stat lines to this season.
Yeah, he's never really chased, so that's kind of the same. But yeah, that is interesting. I'm glad you brought that up. We're on Taylor Ward watch.
We're on Taylor Ward watch.
He's got more homers than Fernando Tatis Jr.
He's on pace for 158 walks. That number might be skewed a little bit, but it's yeah.
So my award is called the I don't know award, because I feel like there are times where you just around baseball, that's okay to say, I don't know, man.
Right.
Like it's a long season. Let's figure it out. This one really pertains to bullpens because you don't really know. Think about the Dodgers and what they've been able to do as far as free agency in their bullpen. We're bringing all the best dudes. We're going to get everybody. And then what? We're going to bring one of our starters and put him in the pen. He's going to save our season for us at the end of the year. Like, you just don't know with bullpens. There are certain guys, sure, look, dude, Aroldis Chapman's going to be good for you. Get that. Like, there are guys at the back end of bullpens that you can, for the most part, rely on. Clearly, there's Mason Miller. Padres have some of these guys. But good bullpens at the end of the year are always built with guys who just kind of come out of nowhere, essentially.
Right.
There's a couple guys doing that this year. I'm going to start off with some guys you probably should know. Like a real ball knower knows these guys, but household names they are not. Eric Sabrowski, you brought him up. So far this year, 19 and a third innings pitched, 35 Ks. He's walked 10 people, but he's also only given up 7 hits. He's got a 1.86 ERA. Sabrowski's been pretty good for the Guardians bullpen, but you don't know who he is. Big old left-hander out there. How about Dylan Lee? 20 and 2/3 innings pitched, 25 Ks, 7 hits, and only 2 walks for a 0.87. Another lefty. You don't know who he is, but he's been pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And then, well, I'll just go on the other ones. I'll get these out of the way. We talked about the White Sox and their success and their bullpen. Sean Newcomb, another big old lefty. He closed out last night's game when I was watching it. Big old curveballs out of the heavens, dude. Sean Newcomb and Grant Taylor, both those guys, 9th and 10th in FWAR for relievers with over 20 innings pitched. You didn't have that coming out of anywhere. The one guy I want to highlight here, because there is a recent article written about him. It's another Oriole. It's an all Orioles pod.
Wow.
Rico Garcia. Yeah. Are you kidding me? 19 innings pitched, 22 Ks. That's awesome. He's given up 1 freaking hit. The only hit he's given up is to Michael Massey, and it was a homer. So which means batting average of balls in play is still 0, which I didn't know that until like a week ago that homers weren't part of that. Doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever. You never know what you're going to get. Rico Garcia, by the way, is like a journeyman. Yeah. He's in his 2nd stint with the Orioles. He's been all over the place. He hasn't really changed much. The slider's gotten better for him. Like, that's improved a little bit. He's got this changeup that he throws. It's nothing significantly different, but he's balling out. Something has clicked for him. So when you're evaluating your bullpens at the beginning of the year, I don't know, you got to let them marinate a little bit. You can be excited about guys, but all of a sudden you get a Rico Garcia doing his thing. And it's like, okay, this is different. None of those guys I mentioned, people knew who they were. None of them. You should. And bullpens are just fantastic. I don't know. Weird award for me a little bit, but it's called the I don't know award for a reason. You just don't know what you're going to get. Bullpens are fluid throughout the seasons. And really all that matters is what do you do in the playoffs, essentially. But I wanted to highlight a few of these guys who are off to really, really nice starts that you probably don't know who they are.
Yeah, it's Sobrowski with Cleveland. We talked about him a little earlier this year because Vinny P mentioned him, that he was like, he got me, but I will get him. Vengeful Vinny P. And yeah, it's it was always volatile, and now I think the level that we push these guys to, it's become more volatile. That, I went to go look at Cleveland's bullpen, and I see Cade Smith and Sobrowski, who are been two of the better relievers in baseball, and I was like, oh, there's Hunter Gaddis, who I know he had
those
some
guys I feel like
injuries.
we've talked about a little bit more, Cade and Gaddis.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like right now, Gaddis is currently down on Cleveland's chart a little bit because it's fluid. Whether you've got the sauce or not. I see Colin Holderman right now is at the bottom of Cleveland's bullpen, and I remember there was a little while with Pittsburgh where he was like unhittable for a stretch. So it's a weird lifestyle. It's been very cool getting to know Moylan and Blevins, just to hear some of their old war stories about, survival in that league for so long of, and Moylan played back in the day where he tells stories like, he would tell the manager, 3 days in a row, absolutely. Like that's how I stay on this team. Maybe it drove Peter Moylan nuts, but I like that. Every year we see these guys, and they're so important to getting through a season. We talked about why are the Padres good? Bullpen.
Best reliever in baseball now is Brian Bayo.
Oh, look at that. The future.
That's like the start. You think you like to start, Brian. You don't. You like to come in after the starter.
The future of baseball is long
It's his
relief.
kink, whatever.
Oh.
Don't kink shame Brian Bayo.
Full circle on that. Trev, before we send everyone out, because we missed it on Wednesday, we're going to do a little Fanatics. What to watch for tonight? We've got in the Fanatics Markets, we got the Battle of Chicago. A little extra juice. Are you kidding me? Summer sneaking up in Chi-Town, and we got the White Sox and the Cubbies. Edward Cabrera, Sean Burke. What are you looking for, Coach?
Virtually deadlocked in the interleague play regular season, 77 and 75. Overall record sitting at 79 and 79, including the 1906 World Series. We got Edward Cabrera versus Sean Burke. Are you kidding me? I'm more excited to watch the White Sox and the Cubs. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. Oh, I put the Cubs.
I know what you're saying, but also tune into that. Wow. Chicago. Is it rivalry weekend? It sure is. Because the Padres and the Mariners, the Vetter Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Is back. Randy Vasquez versus my guy Emerson Hancock, so you know what I'm watching. The whiff rate climbing from 20% to 26% this season. Are you seeing anything else, Coach Trev?
I definitely am interested in this one because these are two of the teams who I feel like should be completely different, but they're kind of like right around the same. 25 and 18 for the Padres, 12 and 8 on the road, 12 and 11 for the Mariners. I know you're watching Emerson Hancock. I'll call this. I think there's a certain player on the Padres that might have a big series and might hit his first home run.
You're going to have to tune in to find out who that is. Check out Fanatics Markets, where fans trade on sports. Fanatics Markets available now on the app stores.
Event contracts carry risk of total loss and changing prices. Not good for all investors. Not available in all states. Must be 21 plus. See important disclosures in Fanatics Markets app. Customers are introduced to Crypto.com by Paragon Global Markets LLC, DBA Fanatics Markets IB, an introducing broker registered with CFTC and a member of the NFA.
Coach Trev, thank you. Everyone, rivalry weekend. I gotta lock in Subway Series. Thank you, everyone. I hope your team wins outside of the Mets.
Jake sucks. I have better pictures with Eddie than that, guys. That's my guy.
What is this?
Not that I can find. That's Eddie Vedder.
I mean, you could have asked. Bob, I would have sent one over. I've drank
I don't
beers.
think Eddie loves that pick.
I've smoked cigarettes with Eddie Vedder. Inside.
Oh, there it is. And now it's out there.
Inside, okay?